Hey y'all, it's Shar. So, in this video, I want to talk about this Gucci situation and the reality check it's giving people of color, specifically black people. I also wanted to expound on that and address this illusion of vast progression that we've believed for years. So, for those of you who don't know, Gucci designers had a sweater listed on their website. I believe it was part of last year's fall or winter collection. It was all black with the collar of the sweater rising all the way up to the bridge of the nose. There was a portion around the mouth hole that outlined large red lips. The sweater went for about $890. Now, I'm not sure who in their right mind would wear this hideous ensemble, let alone pay that much money for it. I sure as hell wouldn't. Anyway, after seeing this image, many thought it was a very close resemblance to what is now known as blackface. The image stemmed from the Jim Crow era when Caucasian people painted their faces black and painted large red lips on it to mock black people. Since the sparking of outrage and even boycotts because of the piece of clothing, Gucci has since removed it from their website and their stores and issued a public apology, saying they consider diversity in all of their decisions and this is a learning moment for them, pretty much acknowledging that they missed the mark with this one. Now, for those of us who pay attention to some of these fashion designers and stores or even just pay attention to the news, we know that Gucci is not the first company to quote-unquote miss the mark, and they won't be the last. We saw it with H&M, where they had a little black boy modeling a sweatshirt saying, "Coolest monkey in the jungle," which definitely struck some nerves considering that in the past and sometimes in present day, black people, specifically those of a darker complexion, were said to have features of apes, gorillas, or monkeys. We also saw this with the Sambo figurine that was attached to some of the Prada handbags. So my first question is, how do these companies keep consistently missing the mark? You'd think that one company would learn from the other's mistakes so these types of situations would stop occurring. I personally feel it's because of the lack of diversity in these boardrooms, on these design teams, and on these marketing campaigns. If there were more minorities in these places, a lot of these oopsies would never make it to the public eye. It's like Lonnie Love always says on The Real, "Where is Jamal the intern?" Jamal would have let them know that this mess was some problematic mess. Shout out to her, because she is absolutely right. Now, I know Gucci said in their statement that they consider diversity in all of their decisions. However, it seems like even though they consider it, they don't actually have enough of it on their staff. Okay, y'all, so I want to slightly switch gears for a minute, but I promise it will all come together at the end. I've talked about the outrage stemming from some of these companies that a lot of us have given our support to. But a part of me honestly doesn't understand some of it. Let me explain. The lack of diversity in corporations is nothing new. Seemingly insensitive fashion and advertisements has also been happening for decades. I get that we all want to feel included and be part of the elite, especially when it comes to things like clothing or jewelry, but I also feel like this illusion of progression has mind freaked us, and that's why, instead of realizing things for what they are and creating and supporting our own, we go and support some of these other businesses, who then leave us with our feelings hurt and enraged when they misrepresent us or are outright offensive to us. With the widening gap of social and economic classes, we have to recognize who really drives our economy. Here's a hint. It's not those in the top 1%. It's people just like you and me. That's why it's so important that we become the creators, business owners, and professionals that have a say-so. We've got to stop caping for others while refusing to save ourselves. Just think about what would have happened had we continued to support Fat Farm, FUBU, Aku, Darion, Sean John, Apple Bottom, just to name a few. we'd have so many of our own designers to support and choose from. And I'm pretty sure we'd never have to worry about them being as offensive as we've experienced from some of these other companies. Y'all, why are we spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on this stuff anyways when Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water? I know, that's another subject, y'all. I digress. But the point I'm trying to make here is we haven't come as far as we think we have, and the news, our government, and companies like Gucci are constant reminders of that. So I'm hoping that these large corporations continuing to disappoint us is motivation for minorities to get up and do something about it. Yes, we can complain. Yes, we can boycott. But does that really help us? Here's another dose of reality for you. Whether people like you and I continue to support Gucci or not, they will still thrive. They've been in business for years, and most people like us or other people in the mid to lower socioeconomic classes are not their main consumers. Yeah, we might splurge on a belt, a hat, or a bag every now and then, but regular working class people usually don't go shopping for a brand new wardrobe and say, hey, I'm gonna get everything from Gucci. Alright, y'all. I think we know what we have to do collectively to make sure these occurrences stop happening, or at least when they do, make it so that we aren't as bothered because we haven't been giving our resources to these companies anyway. Let's do better with taking the time to find out the businesses that have actually diversified their staff in order to be inclusive of everyone, and they have different perspectives so they don't put out offensive brands or products. If you are a minority and actually happen to have a seat at any of these tables, speak up. When you see things that are distasteful or insulting, say something. Lastly, never forget to support those with interests or values that align with your own. Okay, I'm done here. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you'll never miss an upload. It's Char Takes Over signing out, and I'll catch you on the next video.